Well, the San Diego real estate market is hot, but one of the hottest areas in all of San Diego County is Bay Park. And today joining us, Max Folkers, my good buddy, the mayor of Bay Park, is here. What's up, brother?
Thanks, Derrick.
How you doing,
Thanks
man?
for having me. Doing
Good to
well.
see you. Man, Bay Park.
Yeah.
I remember sitting with you, we're having lunch in Bay Park a few years ago. We're like, yeah, it's pretty hot, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you can still get something under $1 million. No longer, my friend.
No more.
What is it that's so appealing about Bay Park for home buyers and homeowners?
You know, I mean, number one, it's just so convenient to everything. You know, I did my time in PB, loved it. Just when it came time to buy a house, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And so I ventured across the freeway, and believe it or not, I'd never been there. I was like, what is this? You know, you walk into a house, you've got views looking down on PB, but looking out at the bay, looking at the ocean at a fraction of the cost of PB. And it was one of those things like, gosh, hate to leave PB, but you know, this is going to be the place to be. And I mean, gosh, that was nearly 18 years ago.
Wow.
And so went over there again. A lot of homes built in the 50s and 60s there. A lot of original owners still hanging on, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And you know, and again, they're going to have to drag us out of the house. You know, the downside is you got all these original little bungalows, and we tore ours down and built up. But obviously, come to know and love the community. It is just so easy. Went surfing this morning. Was at the beach in just over 10 minutes. So it's a piece of cake. You get.
I want to make a note that we are shooting this segment in the morning. We are in the AM right now, and so Max has been to the beach and back.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Real Estate 101, location.
Location. And it was kind of late to the party. You know, you see appreciation move westward, right? You know, the beaches are always going to be in demand. The coast, Point Loma, PB, La Jolla. And then it keeps moving. People get priced out of that and they move. But then it sort of takes on its own community vibe. You know, when you talk about going to lunch ages ago, you know, there was a restaurant or two.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got a bunch of them within a couple of blocks. And you've got, the trolley is coming, going to be wide open in 2 months. They're doing their practice runs right now. And from there, now you pop up to UTC for dinner and a movie. You pop down to a Padres game. You know, it just, again, makes it more and more convenient.
What about schools for Bay Park area?
Yeah, that's a great question and has been a bit of an evolution. Our kids went to Bay Park Elementary. I actually co-started the Dads of Great Students there.
Huh.
And just to get the dads a little bit more involved, to get, we'd mix in a few beers, but go knock out some projects at the school that, principal would let us in after hours just so we didn't have to deal with the bureaucracy. But we've seen that kind of evolve, the little local community school evolve from kind of a 5-6 to a 9-10 in terms of great schools. Now all of a sudden that's become a destination, and my wife and I sat on the advisory board for the Claremont cluster of schools to really keep those neighborhood school kids in the neighborhood schools. So instead of going to Bay Park Elementary and then going to Mission Bay or Point Loma or whatever, working their way through. And it's continued. The middle school, those ratings have come up. Both my kids are at Claremont High now. That's just a great little school. I mean, less than 1,000 kids. A tiny school, everybody knows everybody. For better or for worse, I'm coaching the beach volleyball team and the surf
Claremont?
club there. Yep.
So Claremont was a school that I was a mentor at for a few years.
Oh, you were? Okay.
AOBT, Academy of Business Technology. I don't know if they still have it or not.
They do.
It's a mentor program there, so I did that with
my daughter's in business. Yeah.
Is that right? Cool. Yep. And I knew a couple of the teachers there, and what I loved about that school was that the teachers really were trying to prepare the kids for life after academics.
Yep.
They said, you know what? We're teachers. We went to school and then we went to teach school. We never went out there and lived and survived and succeeded outside of the academic environment. We want to bring people in here who have done that, who will share and shower on these kids. And that's what we did, and it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was Claremont High, but that makes sense because Claremont is actually a huge benefactor of the lack of inventory in Bay Park. I mean, that's the next place over.
Exactly. It just keeps spilling over. It does. And so we've seen that. We've seen that community involvement and support for not only the Claremont schools, but I mean, there's Longfellow, which is a Spanish immersion school, which is in Bay Park. You've got School of the Madeleine, which is a big private school. You know, there's kind of something for everyone there. And again, all within kind of a few blocks of each other.
Yeah, it's a super fun place. And the proximity, you know, you're basically right off the 5.
Yep.
So, I mean, just, you know, that just gets you up and down the coast wherever you want to go, you know.
Yep.
And the 8's not far either.
No.
The 8's right there. So you're pretty much at the 8 and the 5,
Yep.
Which gets you east, west, north, south, whichever way you want to go. So location is good. Also, you have what I call it the sea breeze, but I mean, basically you have the ocean air.
You do.
That fresh air.
Yeah.
You know, just feel and vibe to the area too.
Yeah, for better or for worse. I mean, my bikes get corroded a lot sooner, but
chains,
but you're absolutely right. I mean, we sleep with our doors open, and you know, just the breeze. I mean, it keeps it temperate year round. I mean, San Diego's a great climate anyway, but you and I know you go a little further east, it starts warming up pretty quick. We built our house and we didn't put AC in. And now we regret it a couple weeks out of the year, but that's really about it.
Yeah, and you could always throw that in for
for
10 grand or something,
sure.
and maybe even not that. So let's talk about, you know, specifically on the real estate side. So people looking to buy a home in Bay Park, I mean, what is the name of the game right now? Is it just, hey, be patient? You know, I mean, is that really all you can say is just hold out?
Well, yeah, you gotta endure. I think is a good way to put it. I just had this conversation with some clients this week. God, we're tired of the I'm like, no, right now is when people are getting tired. Right now is it's like in a workout. Right now is when the gains happen, right?
Yeah.
You've got to push it now. We're seeing a little bit of a seasonality, a little bit of a slowing. And, you know, instead of 10, 15 offers, it might be 2, 3, 4, 5 offers. But you've got a better shot at it. I was personally shocked to see, I just did a little research this morning, the median home price, do you want to guess?
In Bay Park?
In Bay Park.
Oh, man.
It is north of $1 million.
I was going to say low at 1.15.
1.209. Over $1.2 million in Bay Park. Median. So half the sales above, half below. I was shocked by that.
Wow.
And I live there.
And you're a realtor.
And I'm a realtor. But, you know, to be fair, it's up 30% year over year.
So that's a much bigger gain than some of the other areas, which makes sense because it's highly desirable, low inventory. All the boxes get checked in Bay Park.
Right.
So if you're a buyer, be ready to endure. Be ready to step in right at that moment when you feel like you might be breaking. That's the time to get in because other buyers are breaking down. If you can endure, then you can win. What about a seller in Bay Park right now? I mean, you know, you hear all these things about the market's so hot, these houses sell themselves, things like that. Tell me what is important for that Bay Park home seller in this market.
Well, there's a certain element of truth to they sell themselves, but you can't just, here it is, better or worse, take it or leave it. That's still going to cost you. You know, you need to be able to walk into a home, a buyer needs to be able to walk into a home and feel like, God, you know, this is a well cared for home. You know what, I'm going to want to do the kitchen. I'm going to want to do the bathrooms. I'm going to want to do the backyard. Those are going to be these fun things. You don't want to have to feel like you have to, oh my gosh, we can't even move in. You know, so general upkeep, you know, certainly landscaping, sprucing up, painting, I recommend that to everybody. It's just you're gonna get more people in, it's gonna be acceptable and more appealing to more buyers. You're gonna potentially get more offers, which is, you're just going to do better in the long run.
Is there a cycle strategy for you on that? Like, hey, the listing is coming soon on this day, and then we go live on this day, but then we don't show it until this day. Is there anything like that that you use specifically in Bay Park because it's such a low inventory? You really want to get all those eyeballs.
Yeah, certainly. And I do this in any area. Is typically there's a broker caravan. For Bay Park, it's Friday. So we list on Thursday. If we've got my perfect world is we get the run up, we get the ramp where we can do some coming soon a week or two in advance. Although it's amazing how often sellers call me like, hey, can we list the property this week? You're like, we can. Okay, we're in. Yeah. But perfect world is exactly that. Yeah, we get the coming soon a week or two in advance. We've got all the photos done. We create the website. We can do the mailers. We can do the Facebook posts. With the help of guys like you. And then yes, on Thursday you list it. Friday you do a broker caravan, which now we can do in-person broker tours. So the brokers get to come through, learn about the property, go back, tell their clients. And then typically, we're going to try to funnel people into open houses. We want, get the looky-loos out of the way, sure, but we want those buyers coming through, and we want groups of buyers coming through. Obviously with COVID safety and all that, doors open, spacing people out. But we want to create that sense of urgency. Even though there is a sense of urgency in general in the market, we want to do the most that we can for those buyers to feel like they need to move now.
Yeah, they have to be ready to endure. They have to be ready to come to the table, right?
Yep.
Because the reality is, okay, you're at 1.2, but 10 years from now, Max, would surprise me if we tell you it's 2 million?
No.
Will you be shocked by that?
We are hitting new benchmarks over and over and over. We just this year there was one sold for nearly $4 million in Bay Park.
Wow.
Again, blew me away.
Yeah.
It's exciting for us to see, because again, typically those are La Jolla numbers, right? Those are Point Loma numbers. And so people are seeing the value and willing to spend on a quality product. This is a beautiful new house, but a beautiful new house in Bay Park is obviously in demand.
Highly desirable area of Bay Park. The mayor, Max, appreciate you coming by, brother.
Yeah,
Max Wolters, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, share this video with your friends. Let's help make them smarter than everyone else about Bay Park real estate.